the same house, the same goal.
Does what you heard sound familiar? As if maybe you heard it back in the day but didn't pay too much attention to it. All of the music of this time had this particular cadence that was catchy and upbeat. It only feels nostalgic to listen to now, as it reminds you of all the good times you had back then. Well, the song you just heard doesn't exist. Or maybe it did at some stage, but it's lost now. The only thing we have is this 20-second snippet that's floating around the internet right now, gaining popularity. There's countless theories about this particular song, ranging from simple attempted explanations to theories on it having seeped through the seams of our reality, escaping from a reality in which it became the most popular song of its time. Obviously, that is the least likely explanation. But with this piece of lost media still unsolved, who knows? And why does it make us feel so strange? So, I decided to do what I do best and throw myself down this rabbit hole. And what better website to do it on, other than, that's right, Reddit. Upon landing on r/lost media, I came across this conversation thread. The user, who we will call Chris, explained that, quote, "For those who don't know about this lost media, it's a song that someone found on an old DVD backup from the late 90s. Here's where you can hear it," followed by a link that redirects you to a version of the song on YouTube. Well, as it turns out, that someone was a user called Carl92 on a website called What's That Song? So, for once, I ditched Reddit and ran straight over to the original thread. This whole website felt uncanny, and just being on this thread gave me strange vibes. Anyway, here it was, the original thread with an explanation from Carl92 themselves.
Thanks. Sorry, that's all I have. I don't remember its origin. I rediscovered this sample between a bunch of very old files in a DVD backup. Probably I was simply learning how to capture audio and this was left over. The thing is, it sounds somewhat familiar to me, or maybe I'm mistaken with a similar song. And I thought it was going to be a too obscure one. I tried in Aha Music and also tried searching the lyrics, but my English is not good enough for that. I only understand something like, "Everyone knows that. You can't. Tell me the truth."
I think the most important thing they say here is that they were, quote, "simply learning how to capture audio," end quote. This really opens up the different possibilities that this song maybe originated from a TV commercial or a radio commercial. But nevertheless, let's jump down into these comments. Within the countless comments of people trying to decipher the words, there's a few that stood out to me. A user under the name of Niski made quite an interesting observation.
This is not from a cassette. Definitely a recording off TV, not a VHS or anything playing in an NTSC country, as it contains a 15.734 kHz pilot tone, only present in MTS broadcasts, exclusive to a select few countries.
This is intriguing as it links to the comment that Carl92 himself made, where he must have been playing around with recording equipment whilst learning how to capture digital audio back in the 1990s. However, this doesn't prove that this unknown song originated from a TV commercial, as it could just prove that a TV was on in the background whilst Carl92 was recording. With this being said, another commenter under the alias Tony St. Pierre wrote,
"If this is truly recorded from a TV, I wonder if this was a music video for MTV basement tapes. I think someone should really look into that. They would play obscure music videos and I think that viewers would vote for the best. I could be wrong, but this is my understanding. And the winner would get played more often on MTV. I've looked up some on YouTube and most aren't Shazamable. Most have less than 5k views, some even less than 1k.
But right here, this is the latest from Genesis, where they have hooked up with these spitting image puppets.
This isn't a lead, but this theory would explain why this song cannot be found anywhere, as it was aired on a show that was specifically designed for obscure songs. Maybe it was just never good enough to win the program, hence why it was only maybe played once. Carl 92 just happened to be playing around with his recording equipment at the exact time the song was played. Nevertheless, I ventured onto YouTube in order to throw myself into some of these episodes of the Basement Tapes, to try and find anything to do with this song. These old episodes are full of songs with the same kind of cadence to them, although I couldn't find the exact song. It does whittle down the time period in which the song may have aired, sometime between the 80s and maybe the start of the 90s. But all of this could be irrelevant, as Tony St. Pierre quotes himself, "It's just a theory." But in my opinion, I reckon this is the closest to a proper explanation we will get. Even if it is just a theory, it does kind of add up. It would also explain why this song is lost. It never won the Basement Tapes competition and therefore was only ever played once. It was just lucky that Carl 92 happened to be there when it aired, capturing the only audio of this song that will never be aired again. Carl 92 managed to capture a moment in time that would stump internet users over 40 years later, and capture a piece of lost media that would develop such a name for itself that it would drive us insane trying to uncover it. Anyway, thanks for watching this video. I'm going to try to stay connected with this thread for a while, just in case anything else pops up about it. Maybe somewhere down the line we will uncover another lead, and I'll make a part 2. But for now, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao.